have that, I just want to give a quick little roller tutorial while you're rolling or stretching, whatever your bodies need the most. So before I, send you out of the nest after today, back into your own world of wellness at home, I just want to share with you a couple of things that you may or may not have seen along the way for rollers. Um, I've shown you, actually, I'll grab it again in case you weren't in class the day I showed this version. As we all probably know, there's I'll bring them all in actually. These rollers are like my children. I feel a special affinity for each of them. This big one here is, what most people have or know of as a roller. And these are great. You can get them for, like $20 on Amazon. This is the one from Balance Body. It's more in the like $40 price range, I think. And I love it, but I like the $20 ones just almost as much. This one's a little less intense. This little guy here is from Gaiam. I think it was like $10, but they sell the exact same one. Just a teeny bit bigger than this at Target for $5. Awesome. And then this guy is the Rolga. And this was invented by some Minnesotan tennis players. And it's, as you can imagine, it's really nice to roll on something with this variation. So for those of you who have just joined us, we're just rolling or stretching to get our bodies started here. If you've come in and you don't have anything you need to say to me, but you haven't muted yourself yet, go ahead and mute yourself. Good. I'm going to go back so I can see everybody all at once, because I just realized I can only see some of you right now. Oh, there we go. Hi, Abby. Hi, Molly. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Katie. Hi, Leah. Nelson. We have two Leahs. All right, good. Okay, awesome. So just giving the roller tutorial while you all either roll if you have a roller, or if not, stretch your body. And then lastly, I just want to say this is like a roller. So it's the same, I'll get a little closer. It's the same density. I don't know if you can see that. See the texture on it. There, you can see the texture now. So it's the same density and kind of material. And it is a ball version. And the reason why this one is so helpful is if you have hip or glute issues, you can get into those so nicely with this. So you can roll right in there. Now, honestly, I would have a hard time picking which of all these rollers I like the most, because I honestly like them all for different reasons. But depending on what you need, right? So anyway, if you have any questions beyond my little tutorial there, reach out. I'd be happy to answer them. Oh, this one's called the orb. The orb. Okay, all right.
Colleen, where did you get the orb?
Okay, yes, the orb. Actually, Sissy and Sig, I don't know if you remember, this was in Arizona when I first got this. And I went to visit Sissy and Sig in Arizona like 5 years ago. And I walked into a running store and was just looking at what they had, and this was there, and I picked it up, and the man ran over to me. Running store employees are so knowledgeable. I don't know why. They all seem to know like anatomy and PT, and just like know everything at running stores. And so he said this changed his life, and he told me all about it. So I bought it, and I agree. It's like life-changing. Okay, what's up? Yeah. So I got it at a running store. So, but you can buy it on Amazon, just FYI. At least when I checked a long time ago, you could. I'm assuming you still can. Okay. So if you're still rolling, that's fine. You keep rolling. If you want to stretch with me in a little side stretch, we can go into a side stretch. Wherever you are, you're breathing. Your shoulders are soft. Your spine is long. Good. Good. And if you don't have a roller yet, I hope my 5 days of talking about the roller to no end has inspired you to think about getting your own little roller. Again, I have a bunch of the $5 ones from Target. So if you need one of those, you let me know. They've run out at your local Target. Okay, nice side stretch. Okay, well, let's do a few of these shoulder rolls. So really just want to keep reminding us of our daily vitamin moves, right? So this is one of those daily vitamin moves, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. While you're doing that one, you can stay with that if you want, but I just want to show you that when you have your arms by your side and they hang like so, you can see my palms are almost facing back. Now, if I rotate my thumbs open, my shoulders open. Yeah. So if you have shoulder issues, check in with this. See, where do your arms hang if you really relax them, and then rotate them open. Notice your upper back start to activate when you do that. Okay. And keep in mind then when you do arm work, if you rotate open, you can get more upper back work. Just something to realize if your shoulders fold forward a little bit, like mine tend to do. Some of us were just born that way. Some of us, we get that way from, being on too many devices or what have you. All right. So now we're going to do that chin glide again today. So glide your chin back and up and release, and then back and up and release. And when you do pull back and up, imagine that if you need to, you can even hook your hand back there, pull yourself up and back, and feel that nice release. But also, it should feel like stretch and strength all at the same time. So it feels kind of like a lot of interesting things all at once. Last one, and hold there. Hold and breathe. Keep lengthening up to the top of the head. So that chin glide, for those who might not be privy to this one, we're just gliding our chin up and back. So chin glide or double chin. I reference this as we're working out because I want you to think about it a couple of different ways. Okay, now I want everybody to get some type, and this is like an everyday thing, and I'm going to show a variety of them right now. I want everybody to get a nice big chest expansion. You could do this on a ball, if you have a ball or a pillow. The nice thing about the ball is you're going to get the expansion from top to bottom and side to side if you put the ball between the shoulder blades. So that's a good one. If you have that, you can do that one. Support your head there if you like. If you have a roller, you can use the roller both lengthwise and side to side, and that gets both of those, right? I want to show you, however, if you have nothing handy, what you can do. And so I'm going to go to the corner of my room because I'm assuming at some point throughout your day, we could all locate a corner of our room. And so in the corner of the room, and you can find a corner of the room and do this right now too, or just remember this for later. I'm going to have my palms on the walls and I'm going to let my chest lean into it. And this one feels amazing. So good to just lean into that. And then you can even lift your head and get both stretches there. And you can change the positions of your hands. If they go higher, lower, it changes it. And then another one for in your house without any other device is to a door jamb. So this is just a pole, but if you could imagine it were a door jamb. And if I came to my door jamb, put my hand there or at the corner of a wall, it really doesn't matter. You're just gonna rotate away from it. Again, high, medium, low. You're gonna get something good out of each of those. And then last but not least, a doorway. And now both of my poles here together, there's two poles here, are almost like a doorway, not exactly because they're not as close, but coming to a doorway and putting the hands out either high, medium, or low and leaning into it, again, really good for the chest. So that is something we want to do every day, maybe multiple times a day. And one last one, if you're sitting at your desk and you've bent forward and you just don't have time to get up and stretch, last but not least, hands behind the head and just lift and stretch. Everybody do that one for me. See how that feels. And that's huge. This is so helpful if you just do that on a really regular basis. Okay, so that's taking the daily vitamin. If that were in a bottle, it would say take 10 times per day. All right, very good. So with all that in mind, we're gonna sit back down. You can, for pelvic floor awareness and engagement, you can sit on your mat like I'm sitting, or on a chair, your choice. And you're gonna go ahead and get comfortable and close your eyes if you like. We're really going into our body for this one. But I want you to sit nice and tall, soft shoulders, long spine, like a plant growing up out of the ground. Good. And then you're going to take a big breath. Inhale, let the pelvic floor and core relax and release. And on the exhale, lifting the pelvic floor, deep core connection, floating up, up, up. And inhale, release. Good. Exhale to engage and lift. Inhale to release. Each time you find that engagement, imagine all 4 points of the pelvic floor drawing towards the center. So our pelvic floor attaches to the pubic bone, the tailbone, and both sits bones. Feel all of those 4 points draw together. Good. The more you do this, the more you're going to truly feel the deep core muscles engage with the pelvic floor engagement. And you will truly start to feel your core getting strong from the inside out. Good. Keep going with that. And I'm going to give you a new image here today. For some people, this image is more helpful than some of the others. And so you have to kind of pick the image that works for you. So here's another option for you. And that is, imagine your pelvic floor is the basket of a hot air balloon sitting on the ground. And we're going to pull that rope that turns on the fire that sends a hot air balloon off the ground. Okay. So inhale, we're settled down onto the ground. Our basket is on the earth. And exhale, we've just pulled that rope. The fire ignites and we float up away from the earth. Good. Inhale back down to earth. Exhale, that fire ignites and we float up off of the earth. Nice and easy. Maybe one more big breath with that image in mind. Inhale. And exhale, engaging to lift, to levitate, like you're literally levitating off of the floor. Very good. Okay, we're gonna call on that strength, come back to that strength when we're working throughout class. Let's take a big stretch here. And if you wish, we're gonna rock and roll into it. You can lean to it. You can keep the legs crisscross applesauce like that, or bring the feet together, thinking of yourself like a boat rocking side to side. Push into the arms. So we're warming ourselves up by moving our arms and our whole body. Whenever we move our arms and engage those muscles, like so, we start to get a little bit of a cardio experience. So getting those arms moving, full body movement. 3, 2, 1, and center. We're going to take a forward stretch. Bottoms of the feet together for this stretch. So forward stretch, relax into it, breathe into it. Deep inhale, deep exhale. One more breath to just go a little deeper into it, softening our hips. And round yourself up, articulate through your spine. One vertebra at a time. Knees are bent, feet are flat. We're going to start rolling down onto our mat. Take your time, tuck the tailbone under like it's slipping on a banana peel. Reach your rib cage back. Open up your low back. Take your time. Hip flexors are relaxed. Core is working. Big stretch. Reach your arms and legs out on your mat like you're being pulled in 2 directions. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Good. Let's go ahead and bend the knees, feet flat. Arms are reaching, neutral spine. Take a big breath, inhale. On your exhale, pelvic floor to deep core, float the head up. Inhale back down to reach. Good. Exhale to warm up, warming up those connections. Good. Feel like your head is just that hot air balloon floating up and down. It's not working. The core is working. The core is the motor for that movement. You got it. Last one. And hold the curl. Lace the fingers behind the head. Make the head heavy in the hammock. Slow march. Good. If you're raring to go this morning and you want to skip past marching right to toe tapping, go right ahead. If you're going to do that for me, make sure that your head is heavy, you're curled deep, your navel is drawing to your spine. We're in a nice parallel with our legs here. Good. Think of your hip, knee, ankle. It's all on its own train track. So my left hip, knee, ankle is on one train track. My right hip, knee, ankle is on the other train track. Good. Let's curl deep for 6, 5, 4, 3, breathing, 2, 1, and done. Both knees to tabletop. We're going to release down on the inhale. Exhale, deepen that core connection to curl up. Inhale, release. Exhale, lengthen to curl. Inhale, release. Exhale to curl. Good. Keep going just like that. Exhale to curl. Last one. Exhale to curl. Keep the head heavy in the hands. We're going to extend one leg long to lower, to lift, to return. The other leg long, to lower, to lift, to return. Good. The leg that's not moving is holding its space nice and steady. If you would like this experience to be a little more gentle, especially for the low back, the leg that's holding space can pull in a little more. That will kind of dial it down a little bit. If you want to dial it up a little bit, send that knee a little further from you. Good. So if it stays out there a little further from you, that really turns it up. Keep going for 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. And pull the knees in. Rest your head. Rock and roll your head side to side. Good. Okay, let's put both feet down on the ground. Let's have our hands towards the sky. Side stretch. Exhale, pull to center. Inhale, side stretch. Exhale, pull to center. Keep going. Keep those shoulders down, spine long, corset tight. Breathing deep. Excellent. 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms are out. Both knees fall to one side and get a nice stretch. Really relax into it. Breathe into it. Good. Melting into it. Give it one more big breath. And let's bring our top leg up first. Bottom leg follows. It's a little more supportive. And then to the other side. Big stretch. Good. Keep breathing. Just noticing here, about 6 of you all live within a couple blocks of me. And then about 4 of you live in totally different states. How fun is that? Gotta love Zoom for certain things, especially that fun aspect of getting to have us all close and so far and all together at the same time. One more big breath there. And let's take that top leg up, bottom leg up. We're all back there to the center. Okay, let's do a little pelvic bridging here. So imprinting and releasing to get started. I just want to point out, we've done over the week, we've done our bridging with our feet up on a piece of furniture. And I just want to point out, though, today we're going to do it with our feet flat on the mat here, unless, of course, you want to jump over to a piece of furniture and put your feet up, that wherever those feet are makes such a big difference to the experience. So we'll see here right now, let's put your feet as close to you as feels kind of normal, natural, and comfortable. We'll do a few roll-ups like that, okay? So imprint to roll up, push your heels down, ribs low, hips go high, press into your arms, lengthen your neck like a turtle coming out of her shell. Big breath, and then melt down nice and slow. Articulate on the way down. Ribs first, pelvis last, all the way down to neutral. Good, we'll do another one just like that with your feet nice and close, like you've set them up. Rolling up, tuck and stretch that low back. Now, if your low back does not love this move, don't go very high. Ground your glutes a lot more. So your glutes need to support the low back in this one. Big breath. Good, and now ribs pull you down. And the hips come down at the very last second. Okay, now a variation is just moving our feet out of maybe, let's say an inch or 2. 2 inches is going to be a lot different, right? Okay, now same idea. You're not going to get as high, but you're going to feel your hamstrings more. So imprint, scoop your belly, press your heels down, stay tucked and scoop so it doesn't come into the low back. Pull the ribs down, send the hips up, tuck and scoop, squeeze under the glutes. Good, and then slowly melt back down. So that's a big difference. It's a smaller range of motion, but we feel it differently in our body. Let's do one more here. We feel different muscles working. Going back up, imprint, push your feet into the mat. Now on this one, stay there, tuck and scoop even more, and pull your feet towards your glutes energetically. So as if they're magnetically drawn to one another, heels towards the glutes, glutes towards the heels. Let's hold for another breath. Feel that all really solidify and then melt back down nice and slow. Good. So you know, if you were to put your feet up, you get a bigger range of motion through your spine, right? And putting them up on something just a couple inches off the ground versus putting them up on something like the side of your couch, it's going to make a really big difference. So I encourage you to go explore around your house next time you want to do some bridge work and see what feels good to you. Let's do one with our feet together. One leg is going to go up. We're going to imprint to lift, and we're just going to do 10 solid pulses up. 10, 9, 8. From that glute, press the heel down into the ground for 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Come on down. Switch to the other side. Extend the leg. Good. And tuck and scoop to lift and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Okay. So for those of you who experienced a leg cramp just on one side while doing that, I have a couple of things that I could tell you that might help with that, which are just like really gentle hamstring strengtheners for that side. And then also stretching that side. So let's all stretch both sides here. Let's do one at a time. But that's just to say that when we have that difference from one side to the other, that difference, if just left to linger there, can cause some hip, low back issues. And it's something that we can really just like easily solve by really getting in and strengthening that hamstring. Let's switch to the other side. So I got some ideas. So reach out if you want to. Big stretch. Deep breath, flexing and pointing. Good. And release there. All right, so let's go ahead and go into a little more core here before we do a cardio boost or cardio blast today. We're going to do a nice twist, slow motion, and twist. Good. Keep your head resting in your hands. Now we are on that balance beam. Let's not roll off of our balance beam. Good. If you want to make this even more intense for yourself today, imagine yourself on a tightrope, way up in the air, just on this nice, long, thin tightrope, and you don't want to roll off of that. Pull the corset nice and tight. Find that balance in your movement from one side to the other. No rocking side to side. Deeper core strength makes our whole body more stable. 6, 5, breathing. 4, stretching. 3, 2, 1, and done. Pull it in. Excellent. Good. Let's go both legs up to the sky. Rotate those feet open. Let your legs fall open. I'm going to change my direction here so you can see what I'm doing with my legs. We're going to hang out there, flexing and pointing. If that doesn't feel good to you, you can just bring legs up for flexing and pointing, or feet on the ground and just flexing and pointing. So you have options there. Good. And then everybody who's wanting a little bit more here, we're going to point and do little switches here. Good. Excellent. Breathing, or you can have feet down on the ground, still flexing and pointing, working those feet. And we're here grounded, churned out, deep in the hips. 8, 7, 6, like your pants are shrink wrapping. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Happy baby. Hands inside of the feet, pulling the knees down, or any other stretch that would feel good to you for the next 2 deep breaths. If you're in happy baby and you want to rock side to side, you can. Last breath. Bring it all together. Good. We're going to roll to our side. We're going to do one more sideline exercise before we get up. And so on your side, this is a glute med exercise for you. Some of you may have done this with me before, but this is the first time we're doing it this week. So knees are at about a 90 if we can here. Bottom leg is going to stay bent. Top leg is going to go straight. But if it turns out this is a bit much for you, you could do the same exercises with the knee bent. Okay. So that top leg straight is going to lift and lower. Now we're going to keep that leg very parallel. All right. So we're not turning it out to get it higher. And then if you can imagine that you're sticking your tail out that direction, and you've got the equal but opposite energy of your foot reaching forward. So it should feel like this feeling of front to back. Good, equal and opposite. Good, and you're resisting the descent here. So as you go down slow. Excellent. So I just want to point out that glute med work, which is what glute med and hip work, which is what we're doing right now, is another daily vitamin. We want to do that every day. And it doesn't have to be a lot. And it doesn't have to be the same thing. And it probably shouldn't be the same thing. It'd be great if you do something different, here and there. Mix it up. Last one to rest for a moment. And, I don't imagine you've remembered every single glute med exercise we've done over the past 5 days, but it is just to say that there are many ways you can work your glute med. Okay, let's lift that leg in circle. So there's lots of variety in glute med exercises. And when we work our glute meds, we're doing so many important things for just our body in general. Our gait, our low back. Let's go the other way, change directions. And if we forget about our glute meds and we don't give them some attention on a regular basis, things can go awry. Knee, ankle, the whole chain depends on the glute med being healthy. Let's rest there. So a little something every day for your glute med. Okay. Last but not least, this one is like a big swoop up and back. The glute max is going to help. So as you reach your leg up and back, way back there, feel the glute max activate back there, and then bring it forward. Good. Just 3 more. Stretch it up and back. Reach, lots of length, and tap it to the ground. 2 more. Swoop it up and down. Keep that core connected, and up and back. That's the equal and opposite. And rest. Let's bend that knee. Rest it there. Gentle twist. And think about this as more for your hip than for your spine. So go to that spot where you feel it in the hip and then just hold and breathe there. Beautiful. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Good. One more big breath there. And back to the center. Let's pull that all together. Come on up. Let's bring it to the other side. Same idea. Set yourself up. Again, keep in mind that if it becomes a bit much, you can always bend this top leg. So I'm demonstrating it with a straight leg, but you can always bend it. Good. Pull the belly up and in, lots of length. Soft shoulders. Good. Tailbone is reaching back. Energy is reaching forward. Equal and opposite, yin and yang, all that good stuff. Everything we're doing in our body wants to have that energy in all directions. Good. Let's do 2 more there. And then we're in a circle. We're going to lengthen that leg. Stay rotated in a circle. But if you can think for the rest of class today that your movement isn't just stopping where your body ends, but your movement is like an energy that radiates way beyond your body. Let's go the opposite direction. And the more we think about that, about radiating energy out through the tips of our toes, out through the top of our head, out through our fingertips, the more energy it really brings back to us. It's crazy, but it's kind of the concept of grounding in a way. It's the equal but opposite to grounding. Last one there. And rest. Whew. Okay, and then we're going to take that top leg and swoop it up and back. Reach that leg, swoop it up and back. Up and back. Good. Feel that glute really working. That glute max is pulling us back. Our glute med lifts us up, and our glute max pulls us back. Last one. Excellent. Draw that knee forward, support your head, and twist just to that spot where you feel the hip. Really breathing into it, relaxing into it. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Good. One more big breath there. And back to the center. Bring that up. We're going to come on up, and then we're just going to feel the difference now in this little lotus position or butterfly position of how good our hips feel now, right? Because we did this a little bit ago and it probably didn't feel as warm as it does now. Now let's round forward and fall into it and just enjoy all of that warmth and that feeling of depth in our hips. Just relax into it. Soften your shoulders. Let the head be heavy. Let the low back release. Fall into it. Release into it. Breathe into it. Breathe into your back for me. So really open up the back space with a nice big breath. Let's roll up slowly from there. Good. Okay. Now our hips are going to feel so good when we stand up to do our first cardio blast, cardio boost. If you want to grab a sip of water before we do that, though, that might be a good idea. And I'm just going to rearrange my mats here a little bit. You can also get your chair close by if it's, a little ways away and you need to go grab it. This would be a great time to grab that. I don't know where I put my water. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. First cardio blast is the same one we've been doing each day first. And that's where we just, for those of you who haven't seen this one yet, we're basically just doing like this little, kind of like you're stomping grapes in a way. And we're just gonna get those feet moving really light and loose. So this should feel so loose, really, really loose. The looser you are, the better it feels. Just kind of shake it off a little bit. Good. And then you're just gonna let things shake. We're trying to shake things loose. Good. And then you're gonna pick up the pace a little bit. So I'm sticking my bum back here. I'm a little forward in that position. Good. And the faster you go, the lighter you feel, the looser you feel. Good. And then if you want to add the arms to it, you can swing the arms front to back. Good. If that feels good, you can open them back to front. Good. You can circle them. You can freestyle them. Do whatever feels good there. And we're here. Going a little bit faster for 10, 9, breathing, 8, 7, keep going, 6, 5 faster, 4 faster, 3, 2, 1, and done. Whew. Good. Big deep breath. Just feel that marinate in your body for a moment. Excellent. Good job. Okay, so now you get to go grab that chair and bring it into the space. And if you want to have some hand weights, you could use hand weights for this. Light is good. Mine are just 2 pounds and they end up feeling like 50 pounds very quickly. So it doesn't have to be a very heavy weight to be very effective. And then we're going to go ahead and take your arm out. Good. And you're going to stand with your feet together. To start, you can have one hand on we've got one hand, sorry, I should have said it earlier. You're gonna be facing me with one hand on your chair, and then we're lifting the knee up in front. I'm gonna turn to the side here, just like that. Good. Excellent. I think it got so bright behind me just now that suddenly I'm looking very dark in front. You all keep going just like that. I'm gonna see if another light that I'm gonna turn on might be helpful. Stand further back. Okay, let's go 4 more to the front. 3 more for your hip flexors on this leg. 2 and 1. So this arm that's out is a little bent. We're going to the side. Same idea, just lifting the leg to the side. If you want to tilt just slightly so the leg feels like it has more space, more range of motion, you can do that too. Good. Lots of length. Keep your rib cage in. Soft shoulders. Good. We've got just 6 and 5, 4, breathing, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna take that arm to the front, leg to the back, and we're lifting our leg behind us. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Good, so I'm just lifting my leg behind me. You can tilt ever so slightly forward. Your leg is still in parallel. So far everything's been in parallel. Good, excellent. Reaching that arm out with a bent elbow once again. And we've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we're going back out with the arm to the side, leg in front, straight leg, little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 to the side, reach and stretch, little pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, soft shoulders, long spine, 2, 1, arm comes forward, legs go back, or leg goes back, still parallel, 10, 9, 8, 7, little pulses, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bonus move here. You're going to bend everything. Take that arm out to the side, little pulses, and rotate open. So we're turning your knees out. We're bending the knees. We're going a little more forward with our upper body and lifting that back leg. And this is a bonus move. So if your body needs a break, take a break for 8, 7, breathing, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. And this is a nice place to just throw in a little leg swing if that feels good to you. Just swing the leg. Excellent. Shake both legs out. They both worked, right? That one too. Very good. And then we're going to take this to the other side. Take that to the other side, and then let's set our weight down. We're going to do another little cardio blast, which is this shaking, like we're shaking everything off. So we're just bouncing and shaking, bouncing and shaking, like you're covered in water. You just jumped out of the lake and you're just going to shake it all off like a dog coming out of the lake. Good. And then if you want to add those arms, like you're shaking water off your fingers. Good. And we can go arms up high. The higher we keep those arms, the more cardio we get, right? The more we move the arms, the more cardio we get. Keep going, keep breathing. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Whew. Just feel that energy in your body for a moment. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then we're going to go to the other side. So we've got this here. If you're using a weight, and you put the weight back in your hand, draw the shoulders down and back, pull the corset up and in, and we're gonna just lift that leg up and down, up and down. Good, I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Good, keep going, stand tall, long spine, soft shoulders, and it's all about warming up that hip flexor. Good, arm out to the side, but elbow is bent. Good, 8, 7, 6, 5, stand tall out of your standing leg, 2, 1. Good, to the side. Now we're just taking that leg in parallel straight out to the side. If you want to tilt a bit, that feels really good to get the leg just a little higher, you sure can. Good, reach the leg long and strong. Draw the corset up and in, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest for a moment. Taking the arm forward, leg back, and we're doing little pulses up and back. Or sorry, these are our bigger pulses. We'll go little in a minute. We're parallel, however. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little rest, roll the shoulders back. Second set is a straight leg in front and our little micro pulses. So we're lifting up little pulses. Good, square those hips. Imagine you're holding something here between your legs a little bit. That'll keep that hip down. Good, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, to the side. Little pulses up. Good, soft shoulders. 8, 7, 6, bend this elbow. 4, 3, 2, to the back. Bring the arm forward. Make sure the elbow's a little bent. Pull it up and back behind you. Little pulses. Good. Here we are for just 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bonus move. Turn out. Bend both legs. Take the arm back out to the side. Pitch forward. Little micro lifts. 4, 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Done. Woo. All right, grab a sip of water. I'm gonna see if I can fix my little lighting issue here. I got an idea. That might be a quick fix, might not, but we'll see if it works. Good, grab that quick sip of water. I'll be back here in just a second. And then we're gonna move our chair out of the way and get that out of your way. And then we're gonna go ahead and do one more little cardio blast. This is the new one, and I'm excited to show it to you, but I don't think you'll be able to see it if you can't see me. So there we go. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Maybe a little bit, right? Okay. I need a lighting designer. Okay. You are going to do basically what is a side shot. Oh boy, the dancers are going to laugh at me. I can never say side chasse. There, side chasse. All right. So it's just a step together step, step together step, right? And if we had lots of room, we could just sashay the day away. But we have only probably this mat space, step together step. You can walk together, walk together, walk instead if that feels better. But if you want to really let it move and suspend, you can add the arms, step together, step together, step together, step. Good. And pull those legs together. And if you want more, you're going to think about popping up a little more, popping up a little more. And the arms are almost like wings. As they fly out, they pull you up a little higher. Good. Keep that breath flowing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Find that suspension. 4, 3, 2. Excellent. 1. Woo, shake it out. All right. Came up with that idea while skipping down the sidewalk today. I don't know if anybody in the neighborhood saw me doing that, but I was trying to think what else I wanted to do for a cardio blast. I was thinking skipping, but then I came up with that. All right, here we go. Back onto our mat. We're going to walk back a bit to the back edge and roll down. Find yourself in your plank. Find a plank. Soften the shoulders. Lengthen your body. Your favorite plank. So it doesn't have to be the one I'm doing today. It could be on the knees. It could be on the forearms. Whichever one you're doing, I want you to hold this here. I want you to breathe deep into it. I want you to imagine with every breath, you are getting stronger, stronger, stronger. And then as you're doing that, I want you to remember, how did this plank feel on Monday versus how does it feel now? Good. Stay there. Breathe there. Retract your chin. Good. Deep inhales. Deep exhales. Give me one more big breath there. And then we'll be lowering ourselves down onto the mat. Good. All the way down onto your mat, onto your belly. My camera. Good. Excellent. Come on down there. And we're going to make a little pillow to rest our head on our hands. Rest your head on your hands. Anytime we're on our belly in Pilates, you want to think about planting the pubic bone, grounding the glutes, pulling the navel away from the mat. Just do those 3 things for me. So I'll say that again. Plant the pubic bone, ground your glutes, so tighten your glutes. Pull your navel away from the mat. So in other words, tighten your corset. Feel all of that there. And then you're going to levitate your legs from that strength, not from your low back, but from the strength of your glutes and your core. Now lengthen the legs, levitate them there up in space. Keep breathing, soft shoulders, and pulse the heels together. In. Good. Now, it's not about how high we get our legs off of the ground. It's about how much we ground our body, right? So we're giving ourselves these little teeny pulses. Good. Sometimes the smaller range of motion allows us to feel the work more deeply. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. Good. Rest there completely. We're going to use the next move to push us up onto our knees, and we're going to think of this as a nice push-up. So tuck the tailbone, scoop the belly on the knees, push yourself away from your mat, back to a child's pose, sinking back into those hips. Good. Stay back there, sinking into your hips for a moment. Big deep breath. And then let's go ahead and roll up slowly from there. So I want to just show you that in this next move, if you have some weights, you could use them when we come back onto our belly, but you want to set them so that they're there for you. So I'm going to take my weights and set them out like so. Okay. Then when I come back and lower myself down, they'll be right where I want to grab them. If you don't have weights, that's okay. You're going to imagine weight in your hands, and that works pretty darn well. So we're going to bring ourselves back out onto our kneeling plank, and we're going to slowly lower ourselves down with control. And then we're going to set ourselves up with our hands reaching for our weights. Roll those shoulders back and down. Up, back and down. One more time. Up, back and down. Reach your arms back behind you. Plant the pubic bone. Pull the belly up. Retract your chin. And then draw the shoulders down. One shoulder blade goes to the opposite side pocket. And then the other shoulder blade reaches to the opposite side pocket. Now pulse up, 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 up. Pull the corset up and in. Navel to spine. 4-point connection in front. So if you feel like you're really pushing your rib cage into the mat to levitate yourself up, I want you to draw your ribs instead towards your hip bones. Pull your belly up and in, and then lengthen and strengthen from the strength of your core, not from your low back. Good. Keep going. Keep pulsing. 8, 7, 6, 5. Retract that chin, long neck. 3, 2, 1. Done. Rest. Good. Rest your ear down onto the mat and just really relax. For a lot of us, just putting our ear down on the mat and relaxing our shoulders is a really nice neck stretch. So breathe into that. And then set yourself up to come on back. Coming on back with those weights again if you wish. Set yourself up. Roll the shoulders back and down. Turn your palms in. And then draw your shoulder blades together a little bit more. Lift your arms a little bit higher. Pulse in, like you're clapping the hands together behind you. 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Done. Whew. Let's take our arms out so we can, oh, actually, you know what? If you put one ear down, now give me the other ear down. Let's do that one because it's so good for the neck. Drop the shoulders. One more big breath. And looking back down at the mat, reach your arms through. Again, levitation is coming from the strength of our core and our glutes. Reach the arms and the legs long and strong, equal and opposite, both directions. Lift to levitate, lengthen to strengthen, and now flutter. Flutter those arms and legs. Good. Reach further, stretch further. Now make that flutter smaller but faster. Smaller but faster. Keep breathing, looking down at the ground for 4, 3, 2. Now bigger but slower, bigger but slower. Just notice the difference. Good. For 4, 3, 2, and rest. One more breath to rest before we push ourselves back up to our kneeling plank and back to our child's pose. All right, knees apart. Press your hands into the ground. Press yourself up. Push yourself back. Hang out there for a nice big stretch. Deep inhales. Deep exhales. Good, and then round up from there. Now, this next bit of work we're going to do can be done, we will be on our knees. I'll be demonstrating us down here on high kneeling. If this bothers your knees, you can throw a pillow under your knees or a towel for a little more softness, or double up your mat. If that is not helpful to you and you want to do this standing, you can do a lot of this work just up on your feet. However, what I do want you to do either way is if you have a ball or a pillow you can put between your legs, go ahead and put that there. And then if you want extra work, you're going to put the weights back in your hands. But this is only if you want the extra work, because it's work regardless. All right. And so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to press those arms back, squeeze the glutes and send the hips a little forward, and then sink back or reach the arms forward. And push to squeeze between the knees. Good. And back. Keep going just like that. Good. So this would be a squat if you were standing. You'd be squatting and then lifting. Exactly. Keep going. Keep breathing. Excellent. Let's do two more. Big breath to go with that. Squeeze between those knees. Good. And last one. Good. Now, if you're in a squat, you're just in the same position and we're just bouncing. We're reaching our arms out and notice a little softness in our elbows, squeezing and pulsing. Good. Squeezing is going to help you stay out of your knees a bit. So if your knees are annoyed by this, either just hold and don't bounce or squeeze that a little bit more for 4. Soft shoulders. 3. Keep breathing. 2. And 1. Come on up. Whew. Good. Roll the shoulders back and down. Excellent. Now we're going to go ahead and be done with those weights. So get rid of those for me. And this next one is a hinge. So if you're on your knees, you're hinging. Good. Back. So squeezing and hinging and releasing. Good. Excellent. If you are in a standing position, I'll just demonstrate real quick what you can do here, which is you would take 1 foot back and you would just give me a little hinge like that. So 1 foot to support you. And then you'll switch after about 4 of those. Okay, now you're gonna go back, stay back in your hinge and switch the arms. Good, this gets that heart really pumping again. Squeezing the ball, squeeze your glutes, tighten the corset, reach the arms. 6, 5, breathing. 4, 3, go back. 2, 1, done, and up. Whew. Big arm circles. You can either stay here and circle the arms, or you can go back and really challenge your balance and your core and glute connection as you go back. And quads, I should say. These are really quad centric. Let's go 2 more. Excellent. The last one. And up. Take that away. We're going to stretch those quads. If you prefer a standing quad stretch, you could do that instead right now. Or you can come forward into a quad stretch on the floor. And if you like, you can take that back leg, bend it, and if you like, reach back and draw it towards you. So that's the floor version. If you're not familiar with a standing quad stretch, I'll just show you real quick. It looks like this, taking 1 foot back and pulling it to you. Okay. Whew, whichever one you're doing, we're gonna go ahead and switch. So switch to the other side for me. Sink into it. Breathe into it and then bend that leg. If you like, reach back and draw it in if you like. You can go either side. If you want a spine twist, you reach with the opposite hand. If you're not wanting to twist the spine, you can reach with the same hand. Good, big deep breath. Excellent, and then release that there. So if you were standing up, you're gonna come down into your plank again. We're all gonna meet up there in that plank, and we're gonna finish our stretching here with a nice pigeon stretch. But actually, I should say, if you do not like a pigeon stretch, you could do a seated figure 4 stretch or another favorite stretch. So for our pigeon stretch, we go to our plank. Hold that plank for a moment, draw the shoulders down, pull the belly up and in, and then draw one leg through. Good. Hips are going to want to be square here. And if they're not, just have that in mind that that's where you're headed, and then breathe and relax. And oftentimes, if you just know where you're headed and you breathe and relax, you just go there. Your body will go. A deep breath, lift up to the sternum. If you want to stay here, you're welcome to. If you want to reach the arms, you're welcome to. Ultimately, we're all going to come down and lie flat over our leg, or as much as we can get down over our leg. We're going to breathe into it. Good. Go as low as feels good to you. Listening to your body. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Let's give it one more big breath here. Good. And then we're going to bring ourselves up back to our plank. So we put our hands on either side to anchor us. We step our foot back, find your length, shoulders down your back, take a big breath, draw the opposite leg through. Square the hips. Good. Deep inhales, deep exhales. If you like, you can stay up for a moment, breathing into that. You get a nice hip stretch for the front of the leg that is back, right? And a little psoas possibly, big breath. And then we're coming down when you're ready. That's where we'll meet up. Come down as low as feels good for you. And again, just breathe and relax into it. Let your body fall into that alignment of the hips squaring off with the floor. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Good. Let's give it one more big deep breath. Good. And we're going to come on up and we're going to bring ourselves back together again so that we can lie back down on our mat to finish here with a little imagery and breathing. So take your time, finding your way to lying flat on your mat. Now, legs long, arms long is great, but if that doesn't feel good to you, you can go ahead and bend the knees if you like. But you're just going to get into your body here. You can close your eyes, nothing really to see. I just want you to go deep into your body and feel all the sensations here in our body, really relaxing and breathing with it. Remembering, if you were here with me the first day, we went through the exercise of thinking of our body like our home and walking through our home, i.e. our body, opening all the windows and getting that fresh air blowing through our house, right? So that little spring cleaning imagery. So we're going to come back to that for a moment and just feel your body relaxing as you do that. Turning things off, taking a couple of big breaths, feeling that fresh air flowing through your body nice and easy. Good. Now we're going to bring a new image to this. And the image is now you're ready for a fresh coat of paint in every room of the house. So you're picking beautiful, bright, bold colors that you enjoy. And you're going to go through your house, starting down at your feet. You're going to start repainting, brightening up every room. And with that, the muscles are going to engage in those rooms. And you're going to brighten up those muscles, brighten up that space in your body, and feel yourself moving through your body, coming up, up, up the body, grounding the feet, the legs, the quads, the glutes, the core, the back, lengthening the spine, lengthening out through the crown of the head, all the muscles in the body, getting a fresh coat of paint, so bright. Feel that energy, feel the groundedness of that, and then the equal but opposite, the brightness of that. So brightness is that idea of like radiating, right? So feel that groundedness, and then feel that idea of radiating brightness and light all through your body, but not just through your body, out into space, way beyond your body. Good. Ground deeper, shine brighter, keep going. We're here for 10, getting stronger, 9, even stronger, 8, every single muscle, 7, keep breathing, 6, 5, almost levitating, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, relax everything. Back to that image of the windows opening up, fresh spring air blowing through our house. Give me 2 more big deep breaths here. One more big deep breath. We're going to bend one knee, bend the other knee, and rock to the side to come up nice and easy. All right, there we have it. Happy Boost Camp, everybody. Happy Friday. So nice to have you all. Thank you so much for joining me. It really, really, really means so much to me that you trusted me for a week of your life. I'm very open to your feedback. I've gotten some really good feedback that's going to help me shape my next Boost Camp a little bit differently. So I love to hear feedback. So feel free to reach out and stay in touch. And I'm so excited that you joined our group. Anna's all the way in Illinois.
Yeah, thanks so much. This was great. I really loved it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Robin is, you're all at different places. So it's so fun to have you join from far away and close by. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Leah.
Bye.
Sissy and Sig, how you feeling?
We're making it.
Yeah, good.
Just barely.
Well, that's an intense class, you guys. I am so
It was
impressed.
great, Colleen.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
We loved it. Thank you so much.
All right, I'll teach you your own little boost camp when I come see you in AZ.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.